I'm Anil Kumar, and in these set of videos, we'll try to understand what are functions and how to write their domain and range. Now in each video, we'll take relations in different forms and then try to understand them. Here, let us consider the relation given as a set of ordered pairs. So whenever we write in curly brackets and within that set of ordered pairs, this becomes a relation. Now the question here is, we need to state their domain and range. Is each relation a function? Justify your answer. So that is the question. Now whenever a relation is given in as a set of ordered pairs, so in general the ordered pair is having x and y coordinates. All the elements in the domain are represented by the x coordinates, and elements of the range, the dependent variable, are given by the y coordinates. Now to state domain and range, we see all the x elements first. So the first coordinates are the elements of the domain, and from here we can write down that the domain of the function is equal to, so within curly brackets we'll write the numbers, the x values of these ordered pairs. So it is -1, then we have 0, 1 and 2. So these are the elements of the domain, so that forms the domain for the given relation. Range is set of y values, the elements in the next group, the dependent variable. So range y is equal to the y values 2, 0, 2 and 2. Now when the numbers are repeated, we need not write them so many times. They should only be written just once. So in the range we have the elements 2 and 0. Since this 2 is already written, we need not rewrite it. So in this case what we see is that there are 4 elements in the domain and 2 elements in the range. The second part of this question is the relation of function. Now it is important to note that every element in the domain is associated with or linked with just one element in the range, and therefore it is a function. So we can write it is a function, right? Now let's analyze the second set of ordered pairs. Now in this case, what are the elements of domain? Domain is 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? So 1, 2, 3 and 4. How about range? The y values will be 1, 1, 1 and 1. So this is just 1. Now is it a function or not? It is a function, since each and every element in the domain is associated only with one element, right? So 1, 1, 2 with 1. It is not that element in domain is associated with 2 or more, right? So this is also a function. Well, this is interesting to note that here in range we have just one element. Let's see part C. Now here the domain is the first coordinate points, the x values. So domain is 4, 1, 0, 1. Since 1 is repeated, we'll write it only once. So domain has the values as 4, 1 and 0. Now how about range? Range, the y values will be 2, 1, 0, -1. They are 2, 1, 0 and -1. Now, is it a function or not? You will notice that 1 is associated with 1 and also with -1. So the coordinate points 1, 1 and 1, -1 is an indication that it is not a function. Do you see that? Not a function. So if an element in the domain is associated with more than 1 in the range, as in this case 1 is associated 1 and minus 1, it is a relation, but it is not a function. Another interesting fact which you will observe here is that number of elements in the domain is less than the number of elements in the range. There are only 3 elements in the domain, and in the range we have 4. So whenever the number of elements in the range is more than the number of elements in the domain, for sure we can say that it is not a relation. I hope this exercise helps you to understand a relation when given as a set of ordered pairs. Thank you and all the best.